Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 7 Japanese battleship Nagato. It has 8 main guns, 26 secondary guns, 52 AA guns, a top speed of 25.4 knots, total health 65,000. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main battery, increased AA range, reduced flood and fire chance, faster rudder shift. And for my commander, situation awareness, basic survivability, basic firing training, faster turret traverse, lower cooldown on damage control, and advanced firing training. Hey, we're on the map Solomon Islands, and this wasn't going to be the game. The game was going to be Turrets on Ocean. I was going to talk about main battery accuracy module. I'm trying to see if I should swap it in. The meta has moved so far away from aircraft carriers. They're not as dominant as they once were. And I would love to benefit from my accuracy. I've definitely noticed statistically doing more damage with my turrets while it has the main battery accuracy, and I can't ignore that. Whenever I went to review that the video was correctly recorded, it was not. It only recorded 5 seconds of it. Somewhere it corrupted. I attempted to use a replay of the game, but too many UI elements are distorted or missing. Case in point, whenever you're in binocular view, the line is completely gone. You don't have any of your lead tick marks. Also, when you zoom in and out, it's really hitchy, and as most of you know, I zoom in and out constantly. I'm constantly looking around, trying to use the time that the round takes to travel to the target as my time to notice the enemy movement and decide my next target. It's really annoying trying to review my replay and see the constant hitching. I personally don't accept the quality standards that is the replay system. Currently, it is not a good representation of the actual game. For those reasons, I'm going to stick to a live recording of the game instead of using a replay to record from. Friendlies, take out an enemy destroyer at sea. We're trying to capture sea. There's a couple enemy ships attempting to stop our capture, of course. I am moving to support both C and B. You can see this great crossfire. I have fantastic range. I can't believe a Tier 7 is actually on this map, quite honestly. Because of the range, you could just see the whole map is in range. We send out our aircraft just to give us a little bit more awareness of what's on the other side of the island, that sort of thing. Whenever you're close to an island, using your aircraft to get a bird's eye is a great strategy. We see an enemy Colorado, we fire a waterline shot, only one round lands. But that one round did a citadel penetration for 12,000 points of damage. Now, he's moving real slow, basically stationary. Never go to a stationary position. I don't care how good you are, how much armor you have, you will be made to suffer if your ship is stationary. Now, even the Colorado, as slow as it is, moving is to your advantage. We fire another waterline shot at nearly stationary target, and shockingly, we do 28,000 points of damage. Who would have thought I was able to do so much damage to a target that isn't moving? So, he's probably going to decide, maybe this moving thing isn't that bad, and he's going to start heading forward. He has a heal going. It's basically countering any of my allies' damage they put on his ship. He's actually out healing them. We reload, waterline shot, and the dispersion that we get leaves something to be desired. We do only one round on his hull, and we don't actually kill him. He was barely alive. But hopefully someone can finish him off. I don't think I'll get another salvo to do 8,000 points of damage. He's just too low. Friendly Atlanta is going off on him, which he should. Colorado's already really slow. Atlanta is fantastic at doing damage to targets that are not moving. We fire on the Murmansk. He's adjusting his heading to try and avoid the torpedoes, but a torpedo makes contact with his hull from the Farragut. He takes out the Farragut. He actually got a double strike. Okay, that guy got a double strike. And everyone drops off. We don't have anyone in the area at sea. I've got the ability to fire on a couple enemies by B. Since we don't have any knowledge of what's going on at sea, other than someone's capturing it, I'm going to try and help take out this enemy destroyer. You could see, unlike Two Brothers, there is a huge amount of space in this middle gap. That enemy destroyer is completely destroyed. The enemy destroyer appears to have taken out the friendly destroyer at B. So just huge damage everywhere. We get a citadel penetration. 20,000 points of damage to the Fuso. That is pretty rare considering the angle of the ship. We didn't really have a perfect shot, and we did find the citadel, which was really awesome. Now, it's a little weird. We just lost a lot of ships. We had a huge advantage, and now they're bringing it back. They have what looks like 3 to 5 ships left, and maybe 3 ships around B with 2 near C. So I'm going to try and move in through B and eliminate the 3 ships, kind of pincer with the help of my teammates at A. We are sitting pretty though. We haven't gotten a kill, but we've done a lot of damage in my opinion. At least enough where the enemy could feel our presence. The Alba's barely alive. I check to see that a friendly can't finish him off. Enemy torpedoes go through the B pass, don't come in contact with my ship. I would prefer to not have to finish off the Alba. Yes, good. Friendly finishes off the Alba. Hopefully it's someone who did a lot of damage. We have the Fuso. He is broadside with us. This is an easy shot, and we do okay damage. He's taken a lot of HE damage though. And we lead the target probably more than we needed to, and we do another 4K, so 8K with 1 salvo. And he's not interested in us at all, so we got to take advantage of this. We're going to try and move through this gap. Looks like a volcano in front of me, at least that's what they're trying to represent. The volcano is so tall, we can't really fire over it. And you need to keep in mind that at least 2 of the enemies are over by C. We don't know where the 4th enemy is, and that is a destroyer. He could literally be anywhere. I do have the fighter that is hovering over my position, and it should tell me if the destroyer is trying to hide near an island. The Fuso appears to be burning down, and he's gonna die to allies. No reason to worry about finishing him off, and yes, we do. We spot the enemy destroyer. He is right next to the Fuso. Now, what is his strategy? And we lose someone. Looks like we lost someone at sea. We now have no knowledge of what's going on. We are actually spotted by the enemy Murmansk, who's barely alive, by the way. We'll try and go finish him off. After we get a nice, clean shot on this enemy destroyer. The destroyer appears to be trying to round the island, and he's going to try and capture B and avoid the friendlies. And he does know I'm here. I have come to a complete stop, and I'm actually backing up slightly, or attempting to. I would love to ambush this guy. We drop off instantly if we show back up. He has completed rounding the island. We fire on his position. We have AP loaded, unfortunately. Does no module damage. We set our secondaries. Not that there's anything else to fire on. I'm just used to using my actions per minute, and if I can handle a 1v1, I can handle a 1v4. That's the way I try and play the game. Always attentive, always trying to maximize the potential damage I can take while dishing the maximum damage potential. There's no break here. We reload. Doesn't look like he had torpedoes, or at least they weren't up. We take him out. We get Defender base XP. And since we have more than one fire, we use damage control. We still have the Murmansk firing on our position. Hopefully, we could try and kill him before he sets another fire. That would be really annoying for him to set a fire on our target. So far, so good. We're still reloading. We just need to get this salvo reloaded and we can kill him. He's directly at us, so if dispersion is off, which it is, we will not kill him. Oh my... Are you kidding me? We needed one round. You can see the secondaries bouncing off his hull because it's a harsh angle. We fully rotate the front guns. They're ready to fire. And we take him out. He did set us on fire, though. Can you believe that? And this is why I'm looking at main battery accuracy. It looks like he sent out torpedoes. That sneaky torpedoing cruiser. Ugh. Man, he really surprised me. That was a shock. I didn't think he would have the angle to send them out, but Clearly he did. There couldn't be anyone else. We know we're spotted by the destroyer. We know he's actually in line of sight, so we can use that against him. Now we have to wait 40 seconds, and yes, I'm going to use it immediately. Flooding does way too much damage. We might not even survive. We've got 10,000 points of damage left. We've got 25 seconds to wait. We will put out the fire before we have damage control available. 6,000. Okay, the enemy destroyer sent out torpedoes, but there's a nice huge gap that we can avoid. Our health is down to 4,900, 4,400, 4,000, 3,600, 3,100, 5 seconds, 2,300. Come on, get it up, 1,800. It drops all the way down to 1,400. We do have a heal immediately after we use damage control. We're out of danger, okay, we're getting back up. We can sustain a couple rounds to the target, but we cannot sustain a torpedo hitting the hull. That would be devastating. Sims heads forward. He's able to spot the enemy Mutsuki, who probably was just going to sit outside of my detection. Probably was going to send torpedoes my way, but the Sims foiled his plans. Now we just gotta wait. He's in the smoke. Obviously, he's trying to hide. We send out our fighter for any extra spotting that we could gain from the aircraft. But we should have HE loaded. Notser, why aren't you loading HE? There's only a destroyer. That's the only target you're engaging. HE is so much better against a destroyer. Why? Why do you do this to me, Notser? We see the target. Waterline shot. We get good dispersion on a couple of rounds, and we do pretty good damage. But there's no module damage. We would have done a lot more module damage if he would have used HE, Notser. The torpedoes he sent out, we easily avoid. There's a nice huge gap from my battleship. Finally, we switch to HE. We just have to wait for it to reload. Come on, Notser. You should definitely use HE 100% of the time when you know you're engaging a destroyer. There is no reason for me to have AP loaded, and do as I say, not as I do sometimes, okay? Okay, we're almost reloaded. 5 seconds left. This guy cannot get out of detection range, and we should be able to lead the target. And it looks like, oh, barely alive. Thankfully, it was only the front guns, so we do have the back guns available. We have 2 fires on our ship. Damage control is up, but I like to live dangerously, so we fire our back guns, and we take them out. And our ship is on fire. It's a nice screenshot, but we were in no danger of dying. 3 kills, 3 citadels, couple defenses, dreadnought, you know, a good game. Base XP 2,269, around 100,000 points of damage. I hope you enjoyed this game on the Solomon Islands. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.